Welcome to IELTS.net podcast. Mastering IELTS Speaking, how to describe a place in your country famous for its food. Are you preparing for the IELTS speaking test and want to impress the examiner with your description of a food-famous location in your country? This comprehensive guide will help you navigate through all three parts of the speaking test, focusing on the topic, describe a place in your country that is known for its food. We'll provide sample questions, model answers, and essential tips to boost your performance and aim for that high band score. Understanding the IELTS speaking test structure. Before we dive into the specific topic, let's briefly review the structure of the IELTS speaking test. Part 1, Introduction and Interview, 4 to 5 minutes. Part 2, Individual Long Turn, 3 to 4 minutes. Part 3, Two-Way Discussion, 4 to 5 minutes. Now, let's explore how you can excel in each part when discussing a place known for its food in your country. Part 1, Introduction and Interview. In this section, the examiner may ask you general questions about food, places, and local cuisine. Here are some potential questions you might encounter. Do you enjoy trying new foods? What's your favorite local dish? How often do you eat out? Are there any famous food streets in your city? Let's look at a sample answer for one of these questions. Question: Are there any famous food streets in your city? Sample answer, band 7-8. Yes, indeed. In my hometown, Hanoi, we have a renowned food street called Ta Hien, which is affectionately known as Beer Street by locals and tourists alike. It's situated in the heart of the Old Quarter and is jam-packed with small restaurants and street food vendors. What makes it particularly special is the variety of traditional Vietnamese dishes available, from aromatic pho to crispy banh mi. The street really comes alive in the evening when people flock there to enjoy delicious food and socialize. Part 2, Individual Long Turn. In this section, you'll be given a cue card with a topic and some bullet points. Here's a sample cue card related to our theme. Describe a place in your country that is known for its food. You should say where it is located, what kind of food it is famous for, why it became famous for this food, and explain why you like or dislike this place. You'll have 1 minute to prepare, and then you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Here's a sample answer. Sample answer, band 8-9. I'd like to talk about Hoi An, a picturesque ancient town in central Vietnam that has garnered international recognition not only for its well-preserved architecture, but also for its exquisite culinary scene. Hoi An is nestled along the Thu Bon River in Quang Nam Province, about 30 kilometers south of Da Nang. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is renowned for its unique fusion of local and international cuisines, a testament to its history as a major Southeast Asian trading port. The town is particularly famous for dishes like chow lao, a savory noodle dish that epitomizes Hoi An's culinary identity. It features thick rice noodles, slices of pork, local greens, and crispy croutons, all bathed in a light, flavorful broth. Another iconic dish is mi quang, a turmeric-infused noodle dish topped with shrimp, pork, and a variety of herbs. Hoi An's culinary fame is deeply rooted in its history. As a trading port, it was a melting pot of cultures, with influences from China, Japan, and Europe, seamlessly blending with local Vietnamese traditions. This cultural fusion, combined with the abundance of fresh ingredients from both land and sea, created a unique culinary landscape that has been preserved and celebrated over centuries. Personally, I absolutely adore Hoi An for its food scene. The town exudes a charming, laid-back atmosphere that perfectly complements its culinary offerings. What I find most appealing is the opportunity to not just taste the food, but to immerse myself in the culture through cooking classes and food tours. The passion and pride that local chefs and street food vendors have for their craft is palpable and infectious, making every meal in Hoi An a memorable experience. Follow-up questions. After your long turn, the examiner might ask you some follow-up questions. Here are a few possibilities with sample answers. Q. How has tourism affected the food culture in Hoi An? A. Tourism has had a significant impact on Hoi An's food culture. On one hand, it has helped preserve traditional dishes and cooking methods as there's now a greater demand for authentic local cuisine. Many restaurants and food tours showcase these traditional foods, keeping the culinary heritage alive. However, there's also been an influx of international restaurants catering to tourists' tastes, which has somewhat diluted the local food scene. Despite this, I believe the overall effect has been positive, as it's brought more attention and appreciation to Hoi An's unique cuisine. Q. Do you think the quality of food in famous culinary destinations can decrease over time? This is an intriguing question that touches on the delicate balance between popularity and quality. In my opinion, there's always a risk of quality deterioration when a place becomes too famous for its food. The surge in demand can lead to mass production, potentially compromising the authenticity and quality of dishes. Moreover, some establishments might prioritize profit over tradition, cutting corners or using inferior ingredients. However, I believe that in places with a strong culinary heritage like Hoi An, there are usually enough passionate local chefs and food artisans who act as custodians of quality. They understand that maintaining high standards is crucial for long-term success and preserving their cultural identity. Additionally, discerning food tourists often seek out authentic experiences, which can incentivize restaurants to maintain quality. Ultimately, it's a complex issue that depends on how well a destination manages its growth and preserves its culinary traditions. Part 3. Two-way discussion. In this final part, the examiner will ask you more abstract questions related to the topic. Here are some potential questions and sample answers. Q. How do you think globalization has affected traditional cuisines around the world? A. Globalization has had a profound and multifaceted impact on traditional cuisines worldwide. On one hand, it has facilitated the spread of diverse culinary traditions, allowing people to experience flavors and cooking techniques from across the globe. This cross-cultural exchange has led to exciting fusion cuisines and innovative dishes that blend different culinary traditions. However, globalization has also posed challenges to the preservation of traditional cuisines. The homogenization of food culture, driven by fast food chains and mass-produced products, can overshadow local culinary traditions. In some cases, traditional ingredients and cooking methods are being lost or forgotten as younger generations gravitate towards more global, standardized foods. Despite these challenges, I believe globalization has also sparked a counter-movement that champions local and traditional cuisines. Many chefs and food enthusiasts are now working to revive and reinterpret traditional recipes, often using modern techniques to make them more appealing to contemporary palates. This renewed interest in culinary heritage can be seen as a positive outcome of globalization, as it encourages people to value and preserve their unique food cultures in an increasingly interconnected world. Q. What role do you think food plays in representing a country's culture? Food plays a crucial role in representing a country's culture. It's often said that to truly understand a culture, you must taste its food. Culinary traditions are deeply intertwined with a country's history, geography, and social customs. Firstly, traditional dishes often reflect a country's history. For example, in Vietnam, the influence of French colonialism can be seen in dishes like banh mi, which combines French baguettes with Vietnamese fillings. Secondly, food showcases a region's natural resources. Coastal areas might have seafood-based cuisines, while inland regions might rely more on agriculture or livestock. Moreover, the way food is prepared and consumed can reveal social customs and values. In many Asian cultures, sharing dishes in a communal style reflects the importance of family and community. Lastly, food often plays a central role in festivals and celebrations, further cementing its place in cultural identity. For instance, mooncakes during the Mid-Autumn Festival in China, or turkey during Thanksgiving in the United States. In essence, food serves as a tangible and sensory representation of a country's culture, offering insights into its past, present, and values in a way that few other cultural elements can match. Key vocabulary and phrases for high scores. To enhance your speaking performance, incorporate these sophisticated vocabulary items and phrases. Culinary heritage, noun, the traditional dishes and cooking methods of a particular culture. Example, Hoi An's culinary heritage reflects its history as a trading port. Gastronomic destination, noun phrase, a place famous for its food and eating experiences. Example, Bangkok has become a major gastronomic destination in Southeast Asia. To tantalize one's taste buds, to excite or stimulate one's sense of taste. Example, the street food in Hanoi never fails to tantalize my taste buds. Epicurean delight, noun phrase, a food or dish that gives great pleasure to those who enjoy fine food. Example, the local seafood restaurants offer a range of Epicurean delights. Culinary landscape, noun phrase, the overall food scene or culture of a place. Example, social media has significantly changed the culinary landscape of many cities. To savor, verb, to enjoy food or an experience slowly in order to appreciate it fully. Example, I love to savor the complex flavors of a well-prepared pho. Tips from an IELTS speaking examiner. As an experienced IELTS speaking examiner, here are my top tips for excelling in this part of the test. Practice extensively. Familiarize yourself with a wide range of food-related topics and practice describing them in detail. Use varied vocabulary. Incorporate sophisticated food-related terms and descriptive adjectives to enhance your responses. Structure your answers. Organize your thoughts logically, especially in Part 2, to ensure a coherent and comprehensive response. Provide specific examples. When discussing food or places, give concrete examples to support your points and demonstrate your knowledge. Show enthusiasm. Display genuine interest in the topic through your tone and body language. Develop your ideas. In Part 3, go beyond surface-level answers by providing thoughtful analysis and personal opinions. Stay on topic. While it's good to elaborate, make sure your responses remain relevant to the question asked. Remember, the key to success in the IELTS speaking test is not just about perfect English, but about communicating your ideas effectively and confidently. With these tips and sample answers, you're well on your way to describing food-famous places in your country like a pro. For more insights on describing cultural experiences, you might find our article on how to describe a time when you experienced a different culture helpful. Additionally, if you're interested in exploring more about describing places, check out our guide on how to describe a place that is good for people to live in. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, make sure to follow our channel so you don't miss out on more valuable content coming your way. We've got a lot of exciting topics lined up, and we'd love for you to be part of the journey. Hit that follow button and stay connected with us for more insights and inspiration. See you in the next episode.